Gotta get the jitters out. Gotta get the jitters out. You wanna pray us in really
Sure.
quick?
Lord, we ask, God, that you would just center our hearts and our minds on you today, God. May everything that's done today be pleasing to you. And God, may everyone that needs to hear this be able to hear this. Amen.
Amen.
What's up, y'all? My name is Ayden Houston, and welcome back to the Post Chapel Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are continue to be tuned into this, make sure you follow KWC Ministries at Instagram and also our KWC FCA Instagram as well. And today we have, who do we have here today?
Mike Morris.
Mike Morris. And who do we have in the background?
I am Matthew Morris. I just so happen to be his son.
Hey.
So weird turn of events right here.
I just found that out. So I just found that out. Mike Morris. So the title of today was One of Many, or You're One and Only. And I love what you had said. So we're just gonna go ahead and get into this. Like I said, I'm not looking at social media. I put my notes on this phone. So you started out talking about how you lost your voice.
Yes.
And so I kind of have a little bit of questions, but I just like to ramble a little
Sure.
bit. So did you just randomly lose your voice?
I did.
Or
I woke up this morning and my voice was gone. And it's really a lot better now than it was
Yeah.
5:30 this morning. So,
Did you think that might be the enemy trying to get you, or
the last song that was sung, Slow Down, I had never heard that song before. And of course, as the worship team was singing it, as the students were singing it, I wasn't singing because of my voice. So I was just kind of enveloped in the sound and the song and the words and the lyrics. And I really felt like, Mike, everything that you're going through today, you've got so many things to do. You do need to slow down.
Yeah.
And so that was helpful for me to get my mind ready for chapel, ready to present. And I needed that.
No, I think I needed that as well. Especially I feel like obviously I'm in college, so my schedule might not be as crazy as the adults, because y'all actually have jobs. But for me, I'm just going to class, and I feel like that's a lot. So I couldn't even comprehend what y'all probably go through, because I know you have a job and you have a job, and you said, so where do you pastor at?
So I am the senior pastor at Owensboro First Church of the Nazarene.
Okay.
And then I also teach here on campus. I teach Religion 102.
Cool.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock.
So I think I have a religion class next semester. I might have you.
Cool.
I've had Coleman.
You've had Coleman.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
you've had the best if you've had
Oh,
Coleman.
yeah,
So
he's awesome. He's awesome. Jeff Moran, or is it Moran? How do you
Yeah.
say it?
Jeff.
yes.
Yeah, I meet with Jeff every week, or I try to at least, but he's awesome as well.
Good.
Those guys are awesome. So Luke 14, verse 26, and I'm going to go ahead and say it. If anyone comes to me and does not hate father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, yes, even their own life, such a person cannot be my disciple. And whenever I first heard that, I was like, wait, what? Exactly what you said.
Exactly.
I was like, I can't hate my mom or dad. I mean, they'd probably hate me before I hate them, But just, can you kind of take me through that?
Sure.
Again?
So, our first initial reaction when we read that is, what is going on? But it's not about hating your family. It's really Jesus trying to get to the point across that he wants to be our one and only. Not one of many, not, just another list. I'm a list guy,
Yeah.
and so I have to-do lists and I have check mark. I did this, I did that. Jesus doesn't want to be a part of your checklist. He wants to be the whole thing, And so that's what he's mean. Jesus has this way of, when he talks, kind of bringing a shock factor to make people to start thinking, what in the world is he saying? What does this mean? And that shock factor kind of helps set the foundation of what he's trying to get across.
He's a big attention grabber.
Very much so.
That was what caught my eye, and then that's him catching our eye and then bringing us in. It's like, hey, this is how much you need to love me.
Yeah.
This is how much. And then I love the example with our apps. I also wanted to ask how many apps you have, by the way.
So okay, so I have 312 apps on my phone. So I didn't know that I had that much. So when I was thinking about this, I was like, I think I want to give some candy away or something.
might as well.
I mean, come on, it's college students, right? Who doesn't love candy? And so I thought, okay, how can I tie something into handing out a bag of candy? And I thought, wow, what a perfect example. We are always on our phones.
Yeah.
Right.
My 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock class, my kids are always on their phones. And I just got to thinking, well, I wonder how many apps we have on our phone. And so I counted, I was like, oh my goodness, I have 311.
Right.
That's a lot.
And so I thought, it'll be kind of cool to just see who has the most apps.
Yeah.
And then tie that into Jesus doesn't want to be just another app on your phone.
Yeah.
He wants to be the operating system
Absolutely.
that all of your apps run on.
I really like that example too, because
Oh,
it's like, how many apps do I have just sitting on my phone that I don't even touch?
Yeah,
Well,
don't
I haven't
use.
touched it in such a long time. It's like, yeah, it's there. I have it, but it's
So
like
the gentleman that got the candy,
candy, yeah.
He had over 400 apps. He said that his phone has been like continually updated or whatever for the last 20 years, and so he stopped at 400. There was more than 400.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
That's insane. Matthew, how many apps did you
I had 152.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not that bad.
All right.
It was more than I thought.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody was kind of shocked at how many apps they had
Yeah.
on their phone.
So my storage is always low, so I have to delete my apps.
Right.
So I thought I had a lot of apps, but I really didn't. I had 61. But
Okay.
but that's because I just don't play any video games, and
Mm-hmm.
not because I'm, I just am terrible at video games. And I have never had a bunch of storage because I have so many photos. So
Yeah,
I have
that's what it is,
I
yeah.
have to delete all my apps.
See, here's the thing with you guys, you're taking videos and pictures of the good times. At my age, I'm taking pictures of labels.
Yeah.
I can't read, so I got to take a picture and make
Hey.
it large.
It's all right. I hear you. Yeah, so, and then you said right after this, you said fans sit on the sidelines, show up when it's easy. And who came in last week? I forgot his
Tony?
name.
Yeah, it was Tony, yeah.
Dude, Tony's awesome. And he gave the example with the Bills and the Ravens game. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if you watch football.
I
But
do.
Yeah. Who's
People
your,
left, yeah.
Who's your team?
Whew, okay.
Nope.
No?
Here's the thing. So I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan.
No, I am too.
Oh,
I am too.
yeah.
Let's go.
There you go.
No, hey. It's our year.
my wife is from Kansas City.
Really?
So I've also got to be a
Yeah,
Chiefs
yeah, you
fan.
gotta do it.
And then my son-in-law, he is a diehard 49ers fan.
Oh,
Die hard.
Die hard. So I've got to watch some 49ers as well.
Are you the oldest or the?
I'm the middle child.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So he doesn't count.
Yeah,
Pretty
it-
much.
Yeah.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, he's like in between the guinea pig and like the youngest.
Yeah.
Who's your team then?
I don't really have one. I'm more of I watch more esports than like
That's
physical
fair.
sports. So
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but a fan is exactly that. They are just waiting for what's convenient to them. Like they're getting all the pictures, and then next thing you know, they're out whenever they're losing. Which we could use as an example as when it's rough or when it's in hard times. And I love that example. I think what's important is to understand too is Jesus is always there for us, but he wants us to be more aware of the fact that he's there whenever it's harder. It's going to be hard because it's inevitable to not have problems. We're always going to face problems, but it's who we are whenever we are in that struggle and what makes our character, if that
Absolutely.
makes sense. And sometimes too, whenever I get to talking, which this don't have to be on here, I just like get to rambling. And
It's
I'm
okay.
Like,
You're good.
Let me chill out. And then you also said, I'll follow Jesus as long as it doesn't mess with my Friday nights. So talking about being a fan or a fan of Jesus. I'll join that G group if it's not during something else. It's perfect. So many people are looking to join something if it doesn't bother their schedule or if it doesn't bother like what they got going on Friday night or Saturday night. It's like, I don't know. I used to, for the longest time, I was like, I'll go to church, but I got this thing, so I probably won't go to church that day. But now
Right.
it's like switched up to where it's like, it interferes with church. No, I'm telling coach like I can't go. I got to go to church. I got to. Campus reality. Fans miss morning practice. Followers get out of bed and pray first. That hit me because we wake up for football at 5 a.m. Well, not 5 a.m. It's like 4:40, 4:45, and the first thing is just like get out of bed. And it's like, go to practice, suit up, and I catch myself sometimes not even like I try my very best to always before I get on the field I pray first, but praying before I even get up is that hit me. I felt
Sure.
like surely convicted because I was like, well, if I have time to get on my phone before I go to practice, I truly have enough time to pray to Jesus.
I've got some football players at my 8 o'clock, and they'll come in with their jugs of water and sit down. And I mean, there's just a different demeanor about them than the other students. Well,
Yeah.
it's because they've been up since 4:30.
Yeah.
They've been up, they've exercised, they've practiced. And now 8 o'clock, half their day's done.
Absolutely. It's a lot to wake up in the morning. But I try to tell myself, and what I've been saying for throughout camp, and we're on to game 3 now, is in my mind I'm always saying focus on Jesus. Even when I'm on the field or when I'm on the sidelines, it can be easy to like forget about our purpose whenever things aren't going our way, or when things are going our way, because when things are going our way, we're quick to let our pride get in the way, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm up here, I'm doing so good, look at me. But it's like I tend to forget Jesus gave me all this. Jesus gave me the opportunity to be here, to be on this podcast, be playing football, and sometimes I just forget like who truly is the reason for why
Sure.
I'm doing this.
Sure.
I believe in Jesus. I just don't want him running my life. Yeah, that was awesome. And
that's hard for me to wrap my mind around. I mean, and granted, I grew up my family was churchgoers. I've grown up in church, so my worldview is very Christian. And so it is hard to realize, even on our campus. I last week I had one of my students came to me because I said, hey, go to chapel. It's at 12:12. And they said, I've never been in a church service before. What do I expect? And I said, well, chapel's a little different than a church service, but we talked about it. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around that we have people, even people on this campus, who've never been to chapel, who've never been in a church service. And so it's helpful for me to kind of rethink and refocus and realize that not everyone has the life that I have. And so to be willing to talk and be open and not belittle or talk down to anyone,
No, I get what you're saying. It's just sometimes we're so caught up with what we're doing, like me especially. I get so caught up in like focusing on myself, and I'm praying over myself, like praying for the things that God, like, just help me to learn what you're putting me through. But then I get, I forget about praying for other people sometimes.
Sure.
Like just being, not necessarily like selfish, but I forget how to be somewhat relatable with other people because everybody else has like different point of views, different like, backgrounds. So hold up. Right here. Okay, so what is our call to action? You gave us 3. Was it 3 main
Two
points?
things.
Okay,
Two
it was
things.
2. I just put a third. It was just kind of something else. So number 1, am I a fan or a follower? Which is the title of our messages for throughout the first semester.
The first semester, yeah.
First semester, cool. And we've talked about.
Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
in thinking through that, it's more than just am I a fan or am I a follower? We've got different activities that we're involved with. Okay, as a student, am I a fan or a follower? As a son, am I a fan or a follower? So, I mean, you can be a fan in one area and a follower in another.
Absolutely.
And so, really, I was hoping to get across the idea of really thinking about the different apps, if you will, in your life.
Yeah.
And are you a fan or are you a follower?
Do you think? I don't know how to say this. Being a follower of Jesus implies that we have to follow him, not just in general sometimes, but it has to be every day. Correct. When I hear are you a fan or a follower of Jesus, my first thought is like, oh yeah, I'm a follower of Jesus 100% because I'm like, oh, I'm doing this. But then I tend to forget that it's an everyday battle of being a follower of Jesus. And there can be throughout the week, I feel great. It's like, oh yeah, I'm 100%. But then what about Monday where you slacked in certain things? And I'm like, well, does that make me less of a follower? I was before. And it's like, Jesus is looking at me. It's like, dude, I just want that relationship with you, because obviously your good enough works is not going to get you into heaven. So stop looking at your accolades and start focusing on, hey, did you come to me in this aspect? And so yesterday, for example, had a super busy schedule. We wake up in the morning, and granted, I could have 100% read my Bible in the morning, but it wasn't till like later that night. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, why didn't I do this in the morning? But also, I give myself grace, because it's like, hey, at least I'm meeting him. I'm trying, meeting him in the middle, trying to have that relationship, and then giving Jesus the time to, talk to him. And then number 2, don't just think, do something. And then in parentheses, maybe it's picking up your Bible instead of doom scrolling Instagram or TikTok, which is what you said. I was like, yeah, I might need to do that a little bit.
I think there should always be a call to action.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing for us to sit and talk and discuss, but then, okay, what are we going to do?
Right.
How are we going to implement this? Life offers us so many substitutes, but Jesus offers himself, and that should mean something to us.
It's either you've heard the saying. Have you heard the saying? It's either one day or day one.
Yeah.
Yeah. For many people, even for the believers who are walking in their journey, it's like they're consistently reading their Bible, but there might be a chapter that they want to read, but it's like, I'll get to it eventually. Well, eventually is maybe 2-3 years, which granted everybody has our own time, but like you might not ever get to it if you just say, hey, I'm going to eventually do that.
Well, the thing is, especially we live in 2025, the world has so many choices for us. The world offers us choices. Christ gives us clarity. And so in the noise of the world that's going around us, we need that clarity. And we can only get that through Jesus.
Yes, absolutely. So I said most of what I wanted to say. I think the last thing, which I should have tied it up with when we were talking about the apps, we said Jesus doesn't want to be just another app. And so I related to that with so many like classes, future jobs, like football. Like there's so many things that tend to get in the way, but it's like having a video game, for example. You might have homework, or you might have something very important that you need to do, study for a test, but it's like, hey, I really want to play this game, so let me play this game first. But no, Jesus is like, hey, I want you to be my main priority. And that goes back to Luke, is it Luke 14, verse 26? It's like, dude, yeah, I know you love this, but I want you to love me more.
Yeah.
And when you love Jesus so much, it shouldn't even really have to be a question, because of the fact that we're here. And I tend to forget. It's like, well, God, like, what have you done for me? Not that this is me saying that, but sometimes just my pride and my thoughts, I can be like, oh, God, like, I'm struggling right now. It's like, dude, I'm just so blessed to be here. I'm so blessed to be alive and have the opportunity to get to struggle or get to have thoughts, because, not many people get to have these. So I think that is, so number 3 was the last thing, which you didn't say it, but I just said, fans get applause, followers get transformation. You did say that.
Yes,
you
I did.
say that. I wasn't trying to take credit for
No,
that.
you're good. You're
My
good.
fault. Fans get applause, followers get transformation.
Well, and one of the other things that I said toward the end was fans get good stories, but followers get God stories. And God stories are always better than just good stories.
Absolutely. That kind of goes with, like, do you think that goes with let your mess be your message?
Yes.
Something like that? Yeah, that's awesome. Matthew, you got anything? I think that was really...
No, I'm good.
Here's what I would wrap up with. We are crowded with options. We have so many different options, but there's only one who's worth devotion. And so Jesus needs to be our one and only. Not one of many, but our one and only.
That was good. Thank you so much. Mike, I really appreciate you. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Post Chapel Podcast. today was a great, conversation. Like I said, if you want to keep listening, it'll be on YouTube at Post Chapel Podcast for Kentucky Wesleyan, and continue to follow us on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.